If you're unable to create a viral video, if you're unable to understand what you need to do and the things that you need to look out for when you create a content, you've come to the right place, because I'm going to be talking about the 5 strategies that you need to consider when you start creating content on YouTube. Now, there's a lot of things that we have been talking about in the past videos, and if you haven't watched them, give them a watch. And there's a lot of things that I've explained, but one of the major things that keep coming back over and over again is how do you actually structure a viral video, or how do you structure a good video? Because you need to understand something, that YouTube now has become a very saturated place. There's so many content creators, and with the introduction of AI, there's so many people that are creating different sort of content. Now, everyone sort of follows a particular methodology, but I've actually gone and researched and looked at individuals that have created viral content. I've been in this space for 5 years myself, and I've created a lot of channels and a lot of content myself, and I've looked at different elements, and I've come down that there are 5 different strategies, there are 5 questions and 5 elements that you need to ask yourself before you start creating content. The first and most important question that I feel that you need to consider when you start creating content is that who is this content for? Who does this content appeal to? Now, for that question to be answered, you need to understand who are the 3 main elements that actually watch your content. The first audience is going to be your core audience. The second audience is going to be your casual audience. And your third audience are individuals that are new to your channel that haven't watched your content before. Now, all 3 of these audiences are very different. And if you start making a video, you come up with an idea, you need to think to yourself that will this video actually appeal to my core audience, my casual audience, and my new audience? Now, your core audience are individuals that no matter what happens, they're going to watch your video. They're going to like it, they're going to share it, they're going to be talking about it, and they're going to enjoy your content. The second audience is the casual audience. Now, these are individuals that have subscribed to your channel, that like your video on and off, and if there's a video that comes up, it's going to show up on the homepage, and if they like it, they'll watch it or they'll skip it. Now, the third element are the individuals that are new. Now, these are people that get recommended your content by YouTube. Now, I've made a lot of videos explaining how do you get into that recommendation. If you haven't watched the videos on 10 automation, check those videos out. And if you still got questions, you can ask me in the comment section down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, subscribe to it right now. Hit that notification bell as well while you subscribe. Now, coming on to our second question. Does your thumbnail convert into a video? What do I mean by that? Now, whenever you actually create an idea or create a video, the first thing that I always mention to you guys is make the title. And when you're thinking about the content, when you're thinking about what you're going to create, imagine, does a thumbnail come to mind? If a thumbnail doesn't come to mind, then how are you going to make people click on that particular video? One of the success of a good viral video is the fact that the thumbnail explains what the video is going to be about. If you're unable to foresee, if you're unable to predict, if you're unable to imagine what the thumbnail is going to be, it means the video is not going to go viral. Now, if you actually look at your own channels, you'll see videos that have done really well are the videos that actually have really good thumbnails, because the story starts from the thumbnail, guys. The YouTube algorithm doesn't actually look at what's happening inside of the video. It actually makes the thumbnail the base upon the engagement that people tend to have. If people engage with the thumbnail, if people click on the thumbnail, if people watch the video, it's going to make sure that the video reaches a bigger audience. If you're unable to convert your audience from the thumbnails to views, then obviously your video is going to die out in the algorithm. So the thumbnail is very important. And if your title doesn't actually convert into a thumbnail, I would suggest for you to go back to your idea, rethink it, and come up with an idea that you can actually create a thumbnail for instantly, and it explains what the video is going to be. Now, this brings us to number 3, which is the video idea unique? Now, this is really important, guys, and I feel that, the more we actually create content, the more we spend time on YouTube, the more people and content creators actually get into the space, the more difficult this is going to be. Back in the day, 15, 20 years ago, these were all new ideas. There was nothing that was unique about it, because whenever you came out with something, there was only a handful of people that were doing it. Now, if you go go search for something, the volume on that particular topic is huge, and anything and everything people have created. So the saturation point is massive. And in order to break that saturation point, you need to come up with a unique idea. You need to think to yourself that I've come up with an idea right now, and I know what the thumbnail is going to be, but what makes this idea so unique? And if there is a perspective that you can take, if you can take an angle on that particular topic which others haven't done, then definitely that is one of the recipes of success and a good viral video that you can make, which will get views, which will get subscribers, and help you gain a passive income. Now comes the fourth thing. Does it combine the viral format? Now, what do I mean by that? Is that, does it have the element of a challenge? Does it have an element of intrigue? Does it have an element where people ask a question? So whenever they turn the video on, when they start watching your content, they get connected with it. There's a hook to it. There's something that really, gets them thinking about what's going to happen next. If you're able to do that within the script, within the content, then definitely that's going to be an added value, and people are going to stay engaged with you throughout the video. And this is one thing a lot of people actually miss. They get the thumbnail right, they make the right topic, they get everything correct, but when it comes to the content itself and they don't put that hook in, they don't engage with the audience, that is where they actually lose their audience and people don't actually enjoy watching the video. Now, if you want people to enjoy watching your video, if you want people to stay engaged with you throughout your content, make sure that you add value and keep them intrigued, keep them hooked onto your content. And if you're able to do that, then definitely your video is going to have a lot of impact and people are going to enjoy your content. Now, this brings me to our last element, and the last strategy is always do your research. Now, what do I mean by that is whenever you actually come up with an idea, run it past your friends, run it past people who are like-minded. Now, it's for that reason I've actually created a Discord server, and if you haven't joined it, join it right now, because there are individuals just like you that have just started off YouTube automation, people that are working in the YouTube space, they understand, and we actually discuss different ideas on Discord. We communicate with one another. It's a community where you can actually raise your questions. You can ask different questions about titles or channels or how to get views, what you need to do. You can even take other people's opinion. Now, this is very important. If you come up with an idea, if you have a question and you ask that question in the right space, people will be able to guide you. And this is one of the things that I feel is lacking right now in the YouTube space, because there aren't any communities available in which we can actually openly discuss with one another and provide information to one another and discuss ideas to help one another go in the right direction. And obviously everyone's experiences are different, but if we can come together and if we can share that experiences, definitely it's going to add value. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel. And if you're not using these 5 strategies, do use these 5 strategies, ask these 5 questions before you actually create your content, and hopefully your content is going to be great and you will definitely get those views and subscribers. And let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this video, and if you have any questions, I'm always here to help you out. Stay tuned for our next video. Until then, take care.